StreamNative is introducing snctl 1.0, creating a unified command line interface for simplifying how you interact with the entire StreamNative ecosystem. In addition to commands that you would normally run with snctl, you're now able to rely on one tool to also run commands you would normally run in Pulsar Admin or Pulsar Ctl, Kafka CLI, or snctl to work with Universal Connect. Here I've gone ahead and opened up the Help menu for snctl. You can see that there are additional available commands such as Kafka or Pulsar. In this demonstration, I'm going to be using Pulsar to show you how you can run Pulsar admin commands or Pulsar client commands, as well as Kafka to run Kafka CLI commands for producing and consuming messages. So to start, let's hop into the Pulsar command and take a little bit closer look at the Help menu. And you'll be able to see that there are two available commands, admin and client. And if we hop into the admin one and take a look at the Help menu, we'll be able to see that this is where you find a lot of your typical Pulsar admin commands. We're going to be using tenants, namespaces, and topics in today's demo, but this is where you'll also find ones related to functions or sinks and sources that you may have been using with Pulsar admin previously. Let me go ahead and then paste in my first command. It's snctl pulsar admin, and then I'm going to use the tenants command to create a new tenant, where you have to specify the allowed clusters using the cluster ID, and that will create my new tenant for me. I also want to create a namespace inside of that tenant. It's going to be a very similar command, pulsar admin namespaces create, and then I'm going to create two topics. And the first is going to be called Kafka messages with a 1, meaning a partition topic with one partition. If you put 0, you're going to get a non-partition topic. We'll create another topic in a similar manner called Pulsar messages. Next, I'm going to actually create a consumer on the Pulsar messages topic so we can start to see how we can use the Pulsar client command. So this is snctl pulsar client instead of pulsar admin. And there's consume, and I specify my topic and my subscription name, and it's going to start up a consumer here in this terminal window. To test this out, let me go ahead and run a command in a different terminal window where we produce a message using Pulsar client produce to produce to a different topic, or the same topic. So here I'm going to run snctl pulsar client produce. You can see it produced one message and immediately showed up over here on the left. Here I've closed out of that consumer. Let me go ahead and start up a consumer. This time I'm going to use a Kafka client consumer. So you can see Kafka client consume on the Kafka messages topic. Let's produce a message using Kafka client produce to that same topic. Here I produce a message called Hello Kafka. You can see in the background that the message has been received by the Kafka client consumer. To finish it off, let's go ahead and delete our two topics using Pulsar admin topic delete for both of the topics. We'll also delete the namespace, and then we'll delete the tenant. But as you can see, there's a lot more to explore here. This is a unified CLI tool. As I'd mentioned, you can use this to run your typical snctl commands, but then we've shown that you get your Pulsar admin commands, your Pulsar client commands, Kafka commands, and Kafka Connect style commands all in this one CLI tool.